What's going on, y'all? It's November 1st here in Georgia. We went from about 55 degrees yesterday afternoon to dropping all night to 38, 34 this morning, somewhere around there. We got in here early, and I ended up, when I pulled my truck up, seeing our hit list buck, Bubba, hanging out, and he crossed over into the neighbor's property over here. It was neat seeing him. I know that I have a good wind on him now. We just haven't really stacked up quite yet. So far, this morning's sit's been pretty good. We had a real mature doe and a smaller one with her right behind you guys over by that creek. And we were just kind of waiting, see if we see any chasing action or anything like that. But nothing yet. Nothing yet here November 1st in North Georgia. I'm hearing reports all over about South Georgia. People seeing them chase and pre-rut activity pretty strong. So we'll see. It's Friday, called out of work, so I'll be here for another 30 minutes or so. And then we'll hit the office and then be right back here this afternoon. So we'll check in with y'all then. Alright, y'all. So we just got down November 1st morning hunt. Saw some does and some other stuff. I just want to give you guys kind of a little situation update of what I got going on around here. And so you come down into this bottom right here, and got a mock scrape that I put together. We're gonna check this camera. It's been on that scrape this past week. I'll show you the scrape. Looks like it needs some freshening up for sure. And we got our plot and our kill plot for the clover. We just planted that for late season kill plot. So I'll check in with y'all this afternoon. Alright, so we snuck back in that afternoon. As we had got in there, this doe came in, and it was about 3:45. We had just got the camera and settled up in the tree, and she came in eating on some forbs and stuff. So we kind of watched her, got some footage for y'all here. Alright, and then I just picked up the Matthews Triax, shot it a couple times. Literally haven't shot any bow like it. I've hunted with an older Matthews solo cam pretty much my whole life, and picking up this Matthews Triax is a game changer for sure. Um, Love the bow. Haven't shot anything like it. All right, so then around 6:45 on the evening of the 1st of November, we had these four does come in. They were bursting in and we weren't sure what spooked him, what was chasing. We haven't really seen any pre-rut activity up here in North Georgia quite yet. But Pretty Boy, he was on their tails and came in and then kind of got distracted by the food. Um, and so he came down and ate, and those does kind of went over the ridge, and they were munching on forbs and stuff that they could find. So he was right in front of me. I was texting some buddies, letting them know that, hey, Pretty Boy had come in, and we've pretty much just been hunting Bubba, but I got 2 tags, and there's 2 tags for a reason. So I'm looking at him, seeing him outside his ears, and the first time in person, and thinking I'm going to harvest this deer. So I'm getting the camera all lined up, getting everything ready to go. This is my first year self-filming, as a lot of you guys know, and so I'm still getting used to it. Still getting used to shooting the deer twice, shooting them not only with their bow or weapon, but also with the camera. So right around here, I am drawing back on this deer. I did not have the microphone plugged in, so you can't hear the shot, unfortunately. But I'm drawing back on this deer and telling my buddies, hey, I'm about to take him. Just waiting for him to step a little bit more broadside, to where I can make sure I take a good shot. And as I do, I'm drawing back. I get it on him, making sure my bow's level and everything. And right around here is when I fire. And ended up hearing the connection, seeing the buck run and jump. And he ran about 15 yards, stared at me in my stand. I've never seen it happen before. And as he stared at me, I drew another arrow, shot him again, and then he kind of just moseyed off his way over the hill. So then I called my buddies and said, hey, we got some tracking to do. So I got them together, and I'll set you back there.
Hey, y'all. So we just had a good 8 come in, and I think I just put a smackdown on him. So we're about to get down here in a couple minutes and look for some blood and check it out. So I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll see.
All right, y'all. Cameron got his first bow doe. We got Stephen Young here, and
Playing puppeteer.
put a damn good shot on her.
Hell yeah.
And then we're gonna get her cleaned up. We found some good blood. When I was looking for my buck had shot him, and then he walked towards us. Walked towards me like nothing even hit him. So I immediately grabbed another arrow and then ended up shooting again. Waited 30 minutes, got down out of my stand, found both arrows with good blood on them. So I don't know if he was just a mature deer that he didn't run. He never ran. Both shots just walked off like nothing hit him. So we're going to get Cameron's taken care of, and then we're going to go track this 8-point. So we'll check in with y'all then.
All right, so it's been about 3 hours after the shot. We eased back in there, find the initial arrow from the first shot, and it broke off in him. So we were following some good blood. Then we ran into property lines. So we ended up getting the correct permission from the neighbors late that evening to continue the track on this deer. So we ended up running through like 3 property lines and talking to each and every one of them. When we got to the last property, we walked down and through Onyx knew the homeowner's name was Mr. Miller. His dogs were out and they were barking like crazy. At now it's about 11:30 at night, and I end up hollering at him. I say, Mr. Miller, and me, Steven, and Cameron are hanging out in the parking lot. Mr. Miller, and he doesn't say anything. He ends up coming down, oddly enough, and I tell him, hey, we think a deer has expired on your property. Can we continue the search? Blah, blah, blah. Give him a little spiel. He says, I'll go check. You stay right here. So he goes around. He has high fences on his property, and goes around and ends up checking
We hear him checking, hear the gates click. I look at Steven and Cameron. I say, hey, let's say a little prayer. We say a quick little prayer. And Mr. Miller comes back down. He says, no, there isn't, but give me your phone number. I'll call you in the morning. Okay. So I give him my phone number. We exchange information. And lo and behold, after that, we get back in the diesel. We go to pull away, and Steven jumps out of the truck. Deer, 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 deer. And sees a white belly in the neighbor's front lawn, right next to where we were. This deer expired in their front lawns. We ended up talking to them, showing Mr. Miller, and recovering pretty boys. So we got some pictures for y'all. And we appreciate you guys watching this video, and check us out on Instagram. Thanks.